Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And everyone always tells me the fullback is leaving the game, and then I say, hold it a second. What about Kyle Juszczyk? Two-time Pro Bowler, maybe the best all-around fullback. The game for his ability to block, catch, and occasionally run the football inside.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Ready, Blue 80. White 25.
All day, dog.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Come on now, let's go.
Set 180. Set 180. Check.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run on second down with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They run again on first down, Cook. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. We were just talking about him pregame, 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there, another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball, and that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 12-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The numbers a week ago for Cook. $16 carries, 60 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On second down now, it's Cook. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, Ryan. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
The previous play is under review.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of it.
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
52's the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
On 1st and 10, Rivers. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Double dog, that's the way.
Play action. It's Ryan. Wide open receiver, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
The rushing numbers last week for Cohen. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Second 90, black 11.
It's a party now.
White 80 hot.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen, and he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Ryan in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right. But the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Levante David, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance,
the offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's going to fire one deep. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And a grab over the middle by Stocker. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Rivers on first down. And Hill with it over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Rivers on the money, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. Green with a catch left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go, ready. Drive 25.
3 down, 3 down.
5, 25 down.
On 1st down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Here's Ryan. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Keep playing hard.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Ryan. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw again is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 1st down, Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Green. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers going for... It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Trent Taylor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
Is under review.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third.
Complete to Trent Taylor. Touchdown, Tennessee.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the two-point conversion. Throwing, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Browns to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Mike 58 right there. On the ball. He's coming. He's coming.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Ready to go. Ready to go.
Now Ryan. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Ready. Take 25.
54 Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Ryan now off the bootleg. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 16, Rivers. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Rivers to throw for it on fourth. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Rivers now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Run 80. 58, 89.
Throwing again. Rivers to the right side and complete to Hurst. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
From the gun, Rivers. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jeff Swaim, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Come get some.
Come on.
Operating from the gun, Rivers, and he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from there.
He's got a man complete. 33 yards. That time.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right there. Go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Hold to a field goal or better and you're still okay.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Go, go, go. Kill.
They run it again with Cook. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Come on, fellas.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rivers now from the 50. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rivers, he'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Rivers. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers now. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Room. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Again, it's Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Trent Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
To throw is Ryan. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play action, Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 25 on second down, Rivers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got Swaim here as tight end outright. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Rivers. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swaim. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the...
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rivers on 1st down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On the ground, it's Cook. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Right there.
Again, it's Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let him know,
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Hill, the intended receiver once again. 3rd down here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the pass.
One last shot now for Rivers. He's got his man here. It's Green. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cleveland, they fall a game under 5.